Good afternoon, fellow punters and loyal followers. Mickey D on just gone midday on Wednesday with day one of Aintree, the annual Aintree Grand National Festival. All starts on the Thursday at 1:45, and the big race is at 5:15 on Saturday. So mouth-watering clashes in store for us. Bit of housekeeping first. I keep forgetting, and I was reminded again last night. If you haven't already to subscribe to the channel, please do so. It's down here somewhere. Just press it. It doesn't cost anything. I think all you have to do is to sign into YouTube. I forgot to say yesterday as well, somebody had left a comment, and it's always good to see something like that. Mackie D, my old cousin, he ran a great race yesterday, so it's no harm putting comments like that in for other people, the other horses and that, and like any help we can give to each other to take a few pound off the bookies, I think is a great way to go for the followers. So he ran a good race, and I think if he pinged the last, he might have won so, and he was 25s into 18, so there may be a race in him. We will keep an eye on him. I done the first sweep last night on Facebook on Teresa Cahill's page. I seen names in that I recognised: Dick Lane, Sean Dowswell, David Hegarty, John Barthez, Hugh Coughlin, and forgive me if I forget any more. But anyone that doesn't know their number of their horse, just put it in the comments and I'll get it for you and I'll put it up. I'll reply to you. Be doing another draw tonight about 11 o'clock, half 10, 11 o'clock when I get back later. Because the reason I'm doing this so early is I'm going out of the house at 1:30 and I won't be back till about midnight tonight. So thinking of ye folks as always. Two horses running later today at two selections. I see money for both of them, which is a good sign, and there's strong money for them on the exchanges. See Cadillac is into 5-2 now, was 4-1, and the other one is 6s from 8s. So hopefully we might get a winner or two, or a place anyway out of the second one. Bus was out early this morning. Niall Wilson was up and running. A guy came on, he was looking for an early pass. I asked him his name and he said, I'm just known as the Mighty Tipster. So I said, take your seat there and divulge any information you have for the followers. So he said he would. Philip Murray was on board early. Andrew Dunn was in a jovial mood and told us a nice joke. Good lad, Andrew, I love it. Des Baptiste, you're very welcome. And Rob Strong had to go to the shop. He was buying some soap for some particular reason. I don't know. Only he knew. He said it was a secret. Anyway, on to the racing tomorrow. The 145, a grade 1, 2 miles 4 chase. There's 7 declared. Only one favourite since 2009. That was Captain Conan in 2013. He went off 6-5 favourite. It was won last year by Protektorat, who's also out tomorrow. 7 of the last winners of this race was a 6-year-old. No mare in that spell of time has won it. There's only one 6-year-old in it this year, and it's a mare, Gin on Lime. 4 7-year-olds, including the favourite, Pictori, who has 3 chase wins out of 8 runs, winning the grade 2 in Kempton last time. Warlord, another 7-year-old, was 4th in the Arkle last time. It got top for toe going to between the third and the second last, and it stayed on up the hill to suggest that the step up to 2-4 would definitely suit, but maybe short just for a bit of speed. Where are we? Erin River is a progressive horse. Won a pint for Colin Bowe in January 2020. It beat actually Manila Drama into second in that pint. And it was third in a novice hurdle first time out for his new trainer Nick Kent. And Lord Menil, a good staying chaser, was 4th in that. Has 2 hurdle wins, 2 chase wins. Last was in a class 3, so it's up in class. I looked at the videos of its runs, and it's a bit iffy in its jumper, but it has a good engine. And the track will suit. And it was nearly my selection, Erin River. But I went with Gin and Lime. It's a 6-year-old, it's a mare, it's getting a few pound weight. But its last run, you probably will remember it, that it was running with My Drogo. My Drogo came down and finished alone. But if My Drogo was in this race, it'd be an odds-on shot. I'm not saying this is near as good as it, but it was up against different gravy the last day. But I'm still going back to the time it ran in last October in Tipperary. She was very impressive, and I thought she may go to Cheltenham for the Mayor's Chase, but she was saved for this. Henry knows how to target to get a horse ready when he targets the race for it. So I'm hoping that everything will be in line. It's 9-2 shot. It was 5s and 11-2. So there has been money for it in the last 24 hours to suggest that it's cherry ripe. So Gin and Lime is my selection, and that Erin River, Pictory, Warlord. This is the most difficult race I found of day one. The one to start with when we sort of want to get off to a good start. It was the most difficult to pick. You could pick any of those four, I thought. So second race then is 4-year-old Juvenile Hurdle, 9 declarations, 10 favourites since the year 2000, and 3 out of the last 10. It was won last year by a money on shot, Montmoral. Pied Piper was third in the Triumph, its favourite. It has flat speed from the used to run with John Gosden. Brazil won the Boodles of 137. It's up a good few pound for that. I think £8 or £9 for that. At second favourite. Pied Piper I think is 10-11 now, and Brazil is about 2-1. So there isn't much value in tipping up something like that. But what about our little Daisy Inca Prince in it? It's 50-1. Only ran 10 days ago. Well, it'll be 11 days when it ran on the Friday, wasn't it? Yeah, and it'll be run on Thursday, so it'll be 13 days back. But it's a great little front runner, and it won in a good time the last day in Musselborough. Flat track again tomorrow. I have to back it, and I'm telling you, at 50-1. That could have knocked a bit of freshness out of it the last day. At 50-1, I have to have a poke at it, and hopefully the bus will be in transit tomorrow when this race is on. So hopefully we can be shouting, "Come on the Inca again." You would expect Pied Piper, an all-known form, to win, but I might look at the market as well without the favourite. You know that you might get 15s or 18s, 20s without the favourite. To be in the pay second, third, or fourth. So that's something to look forward to our little Daisy. The 255 is the Betway Bowl, Grade 1, 3 miles 1. It was won last year by Clandazobo, the 5-2 favourite. 5 out of the last winners has been favourite. 4 out of the last 11 runners of this has been won by Paul Nichols. Only one 7-year-old in the last 10 runnings. So Protektorat is a 7-year-old. Q-Card won as a 10-year-old. Kimboy, I think there's 2 10-year-olds and an 11-year-old in it. So the older horses can run better at Aintree than it can at other tracks, it seems. Silviato Conti was a back-to-back winner in 2014 and 15 as an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old. So Clandazobo 10 this year, like one last year as a 9. Protektorat as a 7-year-old was third in the Gold Cup. I was on him, I backed him at 20s each way, 3 places. I backed him then the day of the race at 4 places, but I didn't think I was going to get my money back going to the last, but he didn't meet it right, and he ran gallantly and generously up to the line to finish third. What will that take out of him a couple of weeks later? I don't know, but he's a 3-1 favourite right now. 5 out of the last 6 favourites have won, so the stats are for him. But I'm taken with Conflated's run still in the Savills Chase, or not the Savills Chase, the one in Leopardstown at the Dublin Racing Festival. And he was going very smoothly in the Ryanair the last time closing when he fell. So he's an 8-year-old. The track might suit him better, and I'll be doing a reverse forecast, Conflated and Protektorat. The 330 is the Aintree Hurdle. Probably another reason I'm Protektorat. I'm still annoyed with Harry Skelton from yesterday. Hope you're looking, Harry, and hearing me. The Aintree Hurdle, the 330 is 2 miles 4, Grade 1. Abracadabras won it last year at 5-1. 3 favourites in the last 10 years, and they all were 4-9. All money on shots. They were Bouvidaire, Any Power, and the new one. Since 1992, only 2 5-year-olds won this race. They were Alela in 2005 and Solwit in 2009, both Irish trained. Alela went on to win it in 3 out of 4 races, or 3 out of 4 years for John Quealy. Solwit was Charles Burns' horse. Zanahiyr is a 5-year-old, and last year I said he needed to step up and trip, but this could be his optimum distance. And he could actually, if he won it this year, he could do an LL on it. And there was another horse that won it 3 years. Was it Always Waning? No, that won the Fox Hunters. There was a horse that won it 3 years in a row years ago. So, Epatante was second in the Champion Hurdle. And this is its first attempt at a distance longer than 2 miles. Brewinupastorm was 5th in this race last year and seems to have improved a good bit for wind surgery. It's a 9-year-old. That's an 11-2 shot. I thought it was between Zanahiyr and Brewinupastorm. Epatante, as I said, is the first race beyond this distance. Will it suit? I'm not sure. I thought Zanahiyr, but he's only 5, so I'm a stats man, so I'll probably back Brewinupastorm. It toppled over in Cheltenham in January there when it would have won, and it was second the last time to giving £6 to Botox Has. I'm in a dilemma between them, if you know what I mean. The Fox Hunters chase at 4:05, the 24 declared. Cousin Pascal won it last year at 66-1. On the Fringe won it as favourite in 2015 and 16. Jamie Codmore rode it 1 year and Nina Carberry rode it the other year. There's a horse there that interests me quite a lot is Mythbuster. It used to be with Henry de Bromhead in Ireland. I remember after Cheltenham last year, it won, I think it was on the Saturday last year, and I backed it. And I was keeping an eye on it. And it's trained now by Sarah Bradstock actually, in England. And who is in the plate tomorrow? P.W. Mullins. Now, he's no bollocks, and there had to be a phone call made from England to see, will you ride this for me? And what's the chances he'd reply back, wouldn't they? So, this horse is 20-1. It's only a 9-year-old and it's rated 137, so he's no slouch. They're paying 6 places, so that's where my money is going on Mythbuster, P.W. Mullins and the Iron. I think it's a 5-1 favourite. John Wayne is riding it, Maxwell, isn't it? But I'd on Mullins. The 440 is a grade 3 handicap hurdle, 2 miles, 18 declarations. One favourite in the last 10 years. 2012, Agardo Sol for Ruby Walsh and Paul Nichols was 92 favourite. 3 of the last 5 winners have been 7-year-olds. Only one horse since 2013 has carried more than 11 stone, and that was 11 stone 1 in 2017 when Double W's won it. They're playing 5 places, a lot of them, and some of them are playing 6 in this race. And I thought a solid each way playing this was Gunsight Ridge. It has only 4 chase runs, and the first of them was over the course in November. In his first chase, he was third to Darling DeLarge. And then it was second to Lampresse in Exeter. Then it won in Sandown off 130. And in its last run, it was third behind Dallas. But I thought it didn't run to its potential that day. It's had a sort of an off day, I thought. And he's a 7-year-old grand race carrying weight of 10 stone 7 pounds. Aidan Coleman. It's a 9-1 shot, so that's the horse I'm backing on that. 5 places by the bookies. The 515 is a bumper grade 2. Only one favourite since 2008. That was Getaway Katie May for John Quealy. Me Too Please won it last year for Arthur Moore at 14-1. It has been won by 3 4-year-olds since 2008, and my choice in the race is a 4-year-old, Rosy Redrum for Milton Harris. It won the first time out in Wincanton very impressively, and then it was second to Top Dog in an open listed bumper in Newbury. They're up against the boys that day, but back against its own sex. I think it has a very good chance. It was supposed to run in the Cheltenham bumper as well, and the rain, the heavy rain on the Tuesday, put paid to chance. So it was. It's up against its own sex tomorrow, as I said, and it's a 9-2 shot. So I'll be having a bet on that. Willie Mullins has never won this, and he relies on Ash Road Diamond. It was fourth last time in a Grade 2 in Leopardstown at 16-1. It's out of walk in the park, so it's very well bred. And it won first time out in Wexford last year as and it done. But I don't know. I think the 4-year-old has a good toe, and the flat track and like a speed track will suit it. So there's my selections. There's a horse running in Limerick tomorrow, I tipped up the last day and I was disappointed with the way it ran. But it drifted like a barge out to 14 or 15 or 16-1 or something. Vermilion Cliffs. So have a look at that tomorrow. I can't remember what time it is. It's later in the day. And if there's money for it, it's Dennis Hogan's horse. I am sort of convinced there's a race in it, and it ran 2 runs back. It was fourth on heavy ground in Limerick. So horses that run sort of pretty decent at a track, and when they went to Cork then the last day, maybe didn't like the Corkonians, the Langer talk. And back in Limerick again, if there's money for tomorrow, you might have a few pound on it to get back what anyone lost the last day if they were in play. So anyway, that's me. I'll get this up, and it's on 16 minutes now, so it'll take a few hours probably to get up. The best of luck for everyone punting over the 3 days. I'll try and get it up early again tomorrow, rather than getting it up late at night. And as I said, the best luck to everybody. Mickey D, over and out. Bash those bookies.